First of all, I made this lab5D, and what we're going to do here might seem a little silly, but what we're going to do is we're going to comment this line out and replace it by the function call, which would be area equals calculate area bracket, then we're going to put in length comma width. To make this work, what we're going to have to do is create a function called calculate area that takes in two floating point numbers and returns a floating point number. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our function prototype area, and we're going to type in float, because we need to get a float back, calculate underscore area bracket. Then we're going to say float, and it doesn't matter what we call it, we're going to say float A and float B. And that's going to be our function prototype. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to copy all the way up to, but not the semicolon. We're going to go down over here. We're going to control V, and then we're going to put in brackets. Now in this case, we're going to need a variable to return, so let's call that float x. And what we want to do is, so we're going to say x is equal to a times b and return x. And that's basically it. So let's type in 44.55, 22.56, and again, it still works. Okay, what we're going to do is set a breakpoint at the area line here, and let's run our program. So when it does finally get into our routine here, into our function here, we're going to need to have a, so let's add a to the watch. Let's add b to the watch variables. Now let's trace ahead by saying step into, and we can see that right away, as soon as it steps into this code, it's already passed in the values that we had here are passed into a and b. So these are just dummy variables, but whatever you put into here as length and width, length is dumped into A and width is dumped into B, and it's available in our program code here. And we should also find out what X is. Let's just right mouse click and add X to our watch. And right now it's just garbage. But if we trace ahead and say X equals A plus times B, there's our value. And if we trace again, it goes to the bottom of our bracket, and then it goes back up to the next line here, and we're going to say step over, and we can see that indeed that area up here has the same value as X had originally. And then if we just run to the end of our program, we can see that we have indeed the appropriate value here.